Hello guys, Taylor here and I am back. And today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I have noticed that there's a lot of you guys that seem to struggle to get out of bronze safety rating. And today my main purpose will be to try and figure out how good the racing standards are in a bronze lobby. So I will be participating in this Bahrain bronze lobby race. And just so you guys can see, currently I have a platinum 2 safety rating. So I managed to make it out of bronze lobbies, and hopefully today maybe I can help some of you to get out of bronze lobbies as well. Okay guys, I'm busy qualifying now, and what I'm doing is I'm actually qualifying poorly on purpose because I want to start this race on the grid, because starting in the pits is obviously a lot easier. So I want to start this race on the grid just to make it a little bit more difficult. Okay, I need to serve my stop-go penalty as well, so I won't even have another lap anyways. Okay. I actually hoped that I have 2 laps. I wanted to get a little bit closer to a 2025. And I'm at a 2029 now. Yeah, that's not ideal because I think I'll be around like P14 now. I want it to be around P10, but that's still fine. That's no problem whatsoever. So I'll be starting this race on the grid just to make things a little bit more difficult. Okay guys, as you can see I'm P18. Now I've tried to qualify poorly on purpose, but I went a little bit too slow because I accidentally went out of the pits too early. I only had 1 quali lap and I managed it a little bit poorly. I wanted to be around P10 to be really in the middle of all the carnage, but now I'm at P18. That's also good enough if you ask me. Now, just a little bit of advice. Obviously, if you actually qualify P18, it might be, no, not might be, it is safer for you to start the race in the pit lane. But what I've learned is that if you are fast and you actually qualify, let's say P5, then sometimes it's safer to start the race on the grid, because it's not always safe to overtake all of these slow cars, and sometimes you get in a lot of trouble trying to overtake them. And there's also a balance on starting these races on the grid. You need to be passive, but you can't be too passive. Because if you're too passive, then everybody will just try and overtake you and force their way through, and then there might be contact. But if you're not passive enough, then obviously you guys know what happens. Then you also get shunted off. Whoa. What a move by that guy. Whoa! Yeah guys, sometimes you just can't avoid all the contact. Some idiots will just hit you sometimes, that's just how it goes. I mean, that guy just drove into me on a straight. But a nice thing about LMU is it's quite forgiving with like door-to-door contact and stuff. So a little bit of contact like that won't really affect your ranking too much. We have a spinner. Fuck's sakes. I just started to make proper progress, but it's all good. Should have stayed tight to the inside. Now I'm also gonna race everybody extremely hard, just to really try and figure out how the driving standards are in these bronze lobbies. I'm not gonna just sit behind, I'm actually gonna test some wheel-to-wheel capabilities from these drivers. Oh my word. Come on, guys. Nice and fair racing so far. That was great racing, guys. Very fair racing. I'm not too confident about hanging it around the outside here, but I'm gonna give it my best. Let's squeeze him a little bit, just to force him to delay his throttle a little bit. What a move, guys. That was one of my best overtakes yet. And I immediately threw it away. I'm gonna cover it inside as well. Okay, up to P11. I think I was around about P11 before I needed to avoid that crash a couple of laps ago. So that's unfortunate. We definitely lost a lot of ground. But we are making up some decent progress now. So it is all good. So far I have to say, guys, the driving standards are acceptable. It's not really bad. I think the one guy that did drive into me on the straight, I think that was just a miscalculation. I think he just misjudged how long his nose is on his car. Because I've been racing these guys extremely hard, and so far all of them left me just enough room. And maybe some door-to-door contact here and there, but that's fine. That's normal. I think the racing on LMU is one thing that makes me like this sim a lot better than iRacing. I can go wheel to wheel with a lot of these guys, maybe have some door-to-door contact, but on iRacing, going wheel to wheel with people is very high risk, because with netcode and with the contact model you just get murdered. And also in iRacing, a 4x is given out to you even with like a little bit of rubbing or door-to-door contact, but that's just part of racing. On LMU there's a difference between like a big contact and a door-to-door contact, and most of the time the game doesn't really, how can I say this, the game doesn't really mind door-to-door contact. Doesn't punish you for door-to-door contact, that's the word I was looking for. We have a spinner. Adios. Bye-bye. Damn it. I had some wheel spin on exit. What a move. What a move. My left foot is extremely trained by now. That was a very, very satisfying move. Going around the outside there is not easy at all. There's quite a big gap from P7 up to P6. So I'll need to try and get by these guys quickly and efficiently. Let's see if we can get a lap on the board that's not invalid. Because so far I've been exceeding everywhere the whole time. And I just exceeded again. Okay, no, that doesn't count. That's green at least. That's yellow. Okay. I think that's my Achilles heel with this Mustang. It's quite difficult sometimes to see the edges of the track. And it's quite easy to exceed in this car. But otherwise this car is a dream. Handling the curbs extremely nicely. You can brake super late in this. Should we try and go around the outside again, guys? I don't think this is going to be quite possible. No, they wouldn't have left me any space there. Let's see if we can get a top 5 in this race. That would really be quite something. Going from P18 to a top 5 is not easy. And I'm also not an alien, guys. I'm far from that. I'm not one of the quickest drivers on the sim. So going from P18 to P5 is a big accomplishment for myself. As you guys can see, holy cow. I wanted to say, as you guys can see, I'm far away from being an alien. And I almost lost my car and I would have proven my point. But unfortunately I lost some ground now to the beamer ahead. I still didn't manage to get a lap time on the board. Every lap so far, I exceeded. No, I exceeded again. That's quite harsh. Okay, let's not make any mistakes now. Let's just try and stick to him. Can't see my braking point. That was almost... I almost rear-ended this beamer. Okay. Let's try and get him this time. Because we are losing quite a lot of time to the guy in P5. So I would like to get by this Beamer quickly if I can. We should have him. It all depends on the straight line speed from the Beamer and the Mustang. So far he's extremely quick, but Slipstream should pull me a little bit closer. Okay, he didn't intend to leave me any space there. Now he's just squeezing me. No worries, I'll just brake later, buddy. And I'll cover off the switchback if I can help. Couldn't quite cover off the switchback, hard but fair racing so far. Leaving him enough space, stay on the track. Understeer a little bit into him there. Couldn't quite help that. I think this is moved on. I think I have him. A lot of door banging between me and the Beamer, but fair racing overall. Very nice battling. Move done. Now let's just pull away in these couple of corners. Now let's get our head down, guys, and let's focus ahead. Okay guys, I accidentally stuffed the last turn, so we won't be focusing ahead. Instead we will be battling this Beamer. I'm gonna keep my steering wheel straight. He might try and come over to the left, but then we will crash. I went way too deep there. Very hard battling with the Beamer. Fair, but extremely hard battling. The guys behind is catching as well, and we can forget about B5 now. This is all about B6. He went deep. Leave him all the room he needs. Braking later. Leaving him all the room again. Very nice battling. This is what I love about this game. You can go side by side almost the entire lap. This Beamer's defensive driving is incredible. Very, very talented driver. Very, very high race IQ as well. Okay, I think this time it's moved done. I hope so. No mistakes, please. Let's just keep the car on the track now. This should be moved down because I am quicker than him. Marginally, but I am. But that was amazing battling with the Beamer. He was driving extremely fairly with me. Racing me extremely hard. Right on the limit of what's fair and what's hard racing. But that was amazing. That was extremely fun. But it's not over yet. He's coming back at me. Let's see if we can get a lap on the board finally. Because so far I've exceeded every single time. Last lap of the race. So far it's a pretty decent lap. I would like to gain about a second, but I think that's a little bit optimistic. No, GG's. Went a little bit deep. Lost the 10th. Let's see if we can gain a 10th through the last corner. No, not quite. I pushed absolutely flat out. This is my quickest lap yet during a race. I'm pretty sure that's my quickest lap yet. Okay guys, quick summary. I'm gonna have a look at what safety rating I gained or lost. I had quite a lot of contact with Aaron. Let me just... That was great racing. Yeah, I had a great racing with Aaron. That was very fun. Probably the most fun I've had yet on this game. And I've started on the grid, finished P6. I'm quite happy with that result as well. Let's quickly have a look at what I gained or lost. Okay guys, as you can see, I have lost more safety rating by having invalid racing laps, by me just driving off the track, than I've lost with the race contact. Because LMU is very forgiving for door-to-door contact, and that's one thing I really love about this game. So if you can keep your car on track and you can minimize like the intensity of contact, then you should be all fine driving in bronze lobbies. And the racing standards I've had in that race was extremely high. And I also know that's obviously just one race, and sometimes you do drive with idiots that can't keep their car away from your car. It's happened to me as well a lot. That's just one sad thing that will always be a part of sim racing. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.